Well, how's it going, Kingsman? Welcome back to another NTW3 battle. Today we have another clan battle versus clan. This is going to be Napoleonics versus the Brigade Infernale. And this one is in Egypt 3. The Austrians and French are meeting in the most unlikely of scenarios. And I'm pretty excited. You don't see this map very often, or any of the Egypt maps, honestly. I feel like they don't get played enough. I mean, they're nice open fields, but it looks like already the Austrians, holy cow, they're pressuring a ton of cavalry against Saxony. And it looks like Saxony actually rushing up some of their heavy cavalry, getting ready to actually take a fight maybe with Austrians. Man, look at all the cav in play right now. Now, Austria does look like they're maybe falling back, and I haven't even gone over the factions yet. This kind of just kicked off really fast here, but let me try and not missing the action, but also try to read out these factions. Let's see. So on the coalition side, you're gonna have the Austrians. You're gonna have a 10-point Hiller, 9-point Rosenberg, 9-point Bellegarde, and an 8-point Hohenzollern. Dante, I believe. I know I always butcher that name. On the other side, 11-point Eugen, 10-point Messina, 7-point Bernadotte, and an 8-point Imperial Guard. Now, it does look like... Oh, wow. Yep, this Austria maybe got a little too close, and France is hotly pursuing them. It's so cool to see so much cav on the field. I do love the cav play in NTW3. It is a very satisfying, very awesome... the way they made the game mechanics for this game has kind of, you know, made cav play very crucial to your army's survival, and also for being super offensive or defensive, especially when you actually look at the light cav and how to truly use them. Now, if we look at the zoomed out view of kind of where the armies are focusing here, obviously you have an 8-point Austria sitting over here, France going right for them. I do not know which French army that is. It could be an 11, 10, or 8, or even, I don't think it could be a 7. I think the 7's actually Bernadotte. But, yeah, on the other side, the 9-pointer, the 10-pointer, and the 9-pointer, so 2 9-points and a 10-pointer, all focusing this one side, while this Austria actually has at least 2 Imperial armies coming right at him. Now, he does have artillery set up, some 3-pounders. I don't know what his plan is, if he's going to try and hold his ground and let the Austrians push on a weaker right flank of France. That could be very well what he's planning on doing. Looks like he may be trying to get some good kills off with the artillery first. But he's going to have to limber them up pretty fast. They are F5, but I hope he has cavalry to defend that 3-pounder, because France is looking to be pushing up some cavalry as well. And like I said, I believe the Saxony is Bernadotte. And they are pushing up a lot of infantry. Getting some really good kills, but it makes you wonder if he's going to let this artillery piece just sit there and die. France is pretty serious about this attack. And they're going to reload and fire fast, so maybe this will be, you know, make up for the loss. Oh my gosh, they are really butchering some of this French infantry. Oh my gosh, they are killing. I mean, they're flattening a lot of men, but here comes some cavalry potentially going to go in here. Yep, the gap's been created in the lines, and now some chasseurs cheval going to charge in. Oh, they take a brutal hit by artillery. Can they fire? One more time they do, but now the artillery piece is gone. Now it doesn't like Austria at the same time is sending in a charge here with the cavalry. Hussars going in as Saxony and just Saxony actually look to try to push an engagement on the cavalry flank. You have a General Rosenberg himself. Looks like Austria actually winning this fight. However, some skirmishers pulling in some fire here, and Chevaliers flanking those Saxon cavalry. Uh-oh. Oh, don't lose. Oh, no. Oh, no. Rosenberg is in danger. Oh, there he is. Oh, my gosh, they killed him. So Rosenberg loses their general way too early on in the fight before there's a true engagement. Saxony does end up losing basically all of their cavalry. Oh my gosh, there's artillery sitting right here. Well, that won't stand. I need to deal with that. Oh my goodness, Austria may actually get hit directly in the face by artillery. This could be devastating. Oh! Wait, that didn't kill that many men. Why did that not kill Perry? Okay, that did.
Our men are running, sir.
Now over on this side, it does look like we are having... Okay, for some reason the sound is being super glitchy. There we go. Oh my goodness. Oh man, this is not looking good for the coalition at all. This flank getting hit, this Austrian line totally retreating. Over here, artillery has been broken, but cavalry charging, and I'm assuming there is a square that's been formed, and yeah, this isn't looking too good. Squares get formed though, so France is probably going to have to pull their cavalry back or else they're going to lose it. The ambush that France may try to activate here on the flank, they have infantry pushing forward, they have cavalry, so this could be a good spot to hit this Austrian line, but they got to move fast because Austria's just going to deploy and face them. Look, Bellegarde already has infantry pushing up to face that French advance. France has really pushed really far now against Austria. They are really going for it. They're really going on this far flank. And you have, oh my goodness, Austria reforming their lines, but once they start firing, this French line's gonna melt. And look at just like that. I mean, that's crazy they broke that fast. You know, you can't get that close to Austria. That's the one problem. But anyway, you still see that Rosenberg is pushing on the flank as France is advancing, almost cutting off their supply lines. Now, I don't know if France has basically pushed all of their armies in this one little area, but this actually could work out in the coalition's favor. France is kind of overextending themselves. There's still a French army way over here. If they can punch through a weak army that's kind of not formed up, you know, this could work out really well for them. Or if France reforms to face this Austrian army, this is when this retreating Austrian army can push in on the flank. Now, I'm not sure how well that's going to work yet. But this is still in development, guys. Still in developing. Nothing's set in stone yet. But Austria is definitely still pushing. It's kind of weird to see Austrians in a desert. I will say off the bat, though, I do not like the French position they have right now. Not unless they put some artillery up this hill and fall back a little bit to it to get this Austrian army off their flank.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
But as it is right now, I don't like it. I would not, as the Imperials, I would not be happy until, of course, you know, that may just, oh, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We have a French army just right here. Deutschmeister, though, footing this advance by the French. And obviously they're forming up to meet this. Oh, what is that? Seemed a little suspicious, in my opinion. French move right there. There was a lot of infantry hitting. I don't know if that was like just marching through and they just didn't reform their lines. Oh, even Saxony pushing in, hitting the Austrians on the flank. France, however, seems to have taken some losses already. Over here, France still trying to form up here, but this attack seemed to be in full swing here. I still think Austria is going to do okay in this fight, so far at least. They have reinforcements. This is Hiller, one of the most powerful corps. France is trying to push. They got to be careful because there's going to be a lot of really close fire for them. Oh, Saxony's going in for cavalry, and like with their cav going for artillery pieces here, pushing up their lines. France still massing up here. This whole fight, though, is looking a little bit cluster, I should say. Cavalry and infantry from France cycling in and out. It doesn't look like the French are being repelled. More cavalry charging in. That's a very good charge by Bernadotte. They are actually utilizing infantry and cavalry together quite well in this fight. Quite well. Now they got to watch out as there's obviously an Austrian flank being pushed. Their entire army could easily get encircled as there's twice as many Austrians as there is Frenchmen. Over here, it does look like France and Austria finally going to start setting up some lines and starting to make a fight of it. I don't think that Austria is necessarily in a bad way for this attack. In fact, France seems to have the low ground in this fight. Bernadotte is going to definitely start losing a line fight with Austria here. And this French army, I think, is isolated and has two Austrian armies on them. And you can see the flanking fire, guys. That's what's going to start killing. Now, there is a French army making their appearance here. We'll see. I know there's an Imperial Guard army still. Oh, this is it. The Imperial Guard is here. Now, maybe they can close the gap here, get into this Austrian army soon enough before this French army is dead. This French army is starting to look very depleted, especially with Bellegarde pushing the right flank. Oh my goodness, it does look like Hussars charged in here against this French line. Devastating results for the French. Reinforcements now being rushed forward to the front, but there's Austrian cavalry in the rear. And I don't see any French cav to kind of counter this. Oh, there it is. Still, artillery from France is dead. Ooh, some nice volleys by Bernadotte. A general maybe is in danger. Here we go. I think the Imperial Guard is going in against the Austrians. And this battle just hasn't stopped. This right flank with Saxony, cavalry plus some infantry has been a little more difficult for this Austria to make any real advances here. But the Austrians are wreaking havoc on the back lines of Bernadotte. However, it doesn't look like that is finally over. France over here falling back as that cav charge that Austria threw against them really caused a stall in their advance. But things are not actually going too terrible, guys, for the French right now. Things are still kind of in a stabilizing manner. Obviously, Bernadotte's taken some heavy losses here, but with this right flank by the Imperial Guard pushing, and in fact, maybe some infantry going for the flank of Rosenberg. Oh, no, never mind. But you can see the Imperial Guard are in deadly combat here with Hiller. Even over on this side, France is counterattacking with some Saxon heavy cav. And I'm seeing a lot of Austrian cavalry that is being held in reserve. That's a good thing, at least. They'll be able to throw that forward. But, man, Bellegarde's right flank, or left flank technically, is just breaking. And now you have France charging on the flank. Austria's one hope is to break this Saxon center. This French army just has to stall long enough, and they'll get some help maybe eventually, or maybe they need to win here, as there's a lot more Austrians over here. This was a good choice of corps to fight this this Austria, that's for sure. Some very good high morale, high melee units. An excellent idea in my opinion. Oh wow. Austria's cavalry is not holding up. Saxony doing quite well. Bernadotte's cavalry coordinated with some French infantry just holding that line. The Imperial Guard still pushing in the center line, and we do have Austria going for a push on Bernadotte. Some cavalry to the rescue, but still may not be soon enough. Is the Imperatrice? Or maybe that's no, that's a line infantry unit. I don't know why I said that. Oh, we have, is this Ledoux? Grenadier Cheval still pushing here against his Austrian line. A lot of French still engaged in a melee. It's like a medieval style battle at this point, but I do believe the lines are starting to break for the French. Pillar's able to push forward 3 fresh units. Or no, they're not even fresh. They're very tired. They must have been trying to hold off the flank. But he's pushing them forward. The French are breaking.
This building has
I
fallen
think
to the enemy.
the Austrians have maybe one on the left flank. Bernadotte, it looks like he knows it's almost up, so he's sending in some grenadiers. The only French army that seems the strongest at this point is on the left flank for the French. Is this a Massena? Maybe it's Eugen. I bet you this is Eugen. But yeah, we're starting to see the French retreating or being just beaten back on the center and right flank. The left flank still holding for France. But with Austrian reinforcements starting to push over, it may not be a very even fight for the French for very much longer. Now there are probably some cavalry and infantry from the French army left. They could consolidate maybe, and maybe try to retake some initiative. I mean, these Austrian armies are very bloodied, especially probably Hitler. Their troops are exhausted. They're not going to be able to be very effective for quite some time. Oh yeah, Austria not looking too hot on this side. French are actually really pushing. Oh, but we have some Chevaliers going for the flank here. Square does get formed. France definitely keeping their troops that can square in the flank. Just in case, you know, just in case. Austria, man, it's been a little brutal for them.
We have killed their general. Now they must break.
Uh-oh. Oh, Austrian cavalry in the rear. Oh man, this is just going to spell disaster for this French army. Back charge. Fernand. Very cool looking Hussar unit. I don't know, maybe the French didn't, maybe the French didn't have a lot of cav they could bring, but it does feel like the Austrians had the better cavalry. Look at this, one Hussar just wrecking this entire line. Man, give that cav unit a medal. Only seen one or two battles where the coalition lost with these corps. I mean, just a testament to how truly tough it can be fighting these corps. Unless you really know what you're doing, even then, still, if the coalition know what they're doing, it's gonna be doubly hard. So it is a testament, because I looked at the results of the battle, like kills and all that. It is a testament to how hard the French actually fought, because the kills
Our men are running,
are pretty close in some areas. Like, man, it was a truly bloody fight. I mean, this whole area, especially the French going into melee, you can see there's actually a lot of dead Austrians. You know, like a lot of dead Austrians, and the Imperial Guard pushing in. If only they had been a little bit sooner to the fight. They had rolled into that flank when the French first made their attack, it would have been over for Austria. Unfortunately, they just were a little too far away by the time the French actually made contact with the Austrian line. And that may have been what cost them, because they came so close. They were so close to beating that Austrian line, or at least really, really taking it out. These French are so good. I'm still like doing my Harry minifigure models of the Swiss line. I'm doing the Grenadiers right now. Next is gonna be some Russians. Probably use some Russian Guard, and then of course do some cavalry. You know, gotta do some Hussars or something like that. Anyway, enough about hobbies. Austria's going in, looking to be trying to seal the deal here on the flank, just charging in, the morale just so thin. Even a general is going and getting into the action here. He can't help himself. Where is he? There he is. I know there's like some scattered resistance here.
Our men are running, sir.
Because remember, this is a clan battle, so you know they're probably considering, you know, LOCs. However, with so much time left, it may not be worthwhile to consider LOCs for this instance. Probably the French are just going to move their troops up, engage, so they can, you know, end the battle. A true mark of a sportsman. Gentlemen, that's it. Or both, you know, either or. I'm going to hit the fast forward button because, you know, it's just one or two units kind of separated. And if actually nothing else happens besides one or two units that are just, you know, fighting, I may just skip to the end so we can kind of see the results. And I can show you how bloody this battle actually turned out to be. All right, guys. So a victory for the coalition. And also, I realized I misspoke. It was a 13-point Hohenzollern versus not a 9 or whatever I said before. I think I said 8 actually. Yeah, it was a 13-pointer. So the Austrians had a 13-pointer in the field. I apologize for that. But anyway, we can see the results here. So on the coalition side, I'm gonna go, let's see, $. He was playing the 9-point Rosenberg. He got 2,167 kills. Woody, he was playing the 13-pointer. 1276 for the kills. Matt Bob has 10-point Hiller, 1156. Duke, Bob Ross, he was playing the 9-point Bellegarde, got 978. Melkor, he was playing the 8-point Imperial Guard, 1063 for the kills. Cossack was playing the 11-point Eugen, 1118 for the kills. Drusko was playing the 10-point Messena. You can see go 1153 for the kills. And Crusader as Bernadotte, the Saxon faction, was 797 for the kills. So I was not wrong, as you can see, about the kills. I mean, 3 of the French players got over 1,000 kills. That's a very good game when people are getting over 1,000 kills easy. And I suspect some of the coalition's kills was farming. But, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. But anyway, guys, that'll be it for me today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you all so much for joining me. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe. And as always, I will catch you all in another video.